So no surprise to see his family here on this hill. After all, this vantage point is what makes this track so unique. Welcome back to O'Reilly Raceway Park. You know, some of those same fans may have been sitting on that hillside 20 years ago to watch a young man named Jeff Gordon race midget cars here. Jeff Gordon continues to give back to the Indianapolis area by hosting a bowling tournament each year that benefits the Riley Children's Hospital. Once again, our speed crew was there.
This is the 9th annual Jeff Gordon Charity Bowling Tournament. We benefit Riley Hospital for Children, which is a local hospital here in Indianapolis. It's doing some of the best work, especially when it comes to cancer treatment as well as cancer research. So the funds tonight are going to go towards Jeff Gordon Children's Foundation Pediatric Children's Research Fund. So we're going to have a lot of fun and raise a lot of money for a great cause.
Headpin! Couldn't be any worse. This one holds all the magic.
This is a really neat deal. Obviously, you know, for all the children, for Jeff to put this deal on for the Riley Children's Hospital is a pretty neat deal. Obviously, you can see a heck of a turnout behind us, and everybody's having a good time. And obviously, whenever we get all the racers together for a good cause, it's a lot of fun.
Todd Bodine was watching that feature, said he couldn't believe I got a strike. And I can't believe you qualified 6th on a short track. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty good for us for sure. We thought we had a decent truck, and talking to people after the second practice, they basically threw the second practice out. It was so slick, so hot. Nobody was getting grip. Everybody slipping and sliding. So we did the same thing. We all went back to what we had in the first practice with one minor adjustment, and it was pretty decent. The Germain Toyota was drivable, still needed some forward bite, so we'll see. Sun goes down, track gets a little grip, maybe it'll be better.
Okay, Todd Bodine, 18 wins in this series. None of those have come on a short track. Adam?
Ray Kyle Busch has made 9 starts here at O'Reilly Raceway Park, including 2 wins in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. A great starting spot tonight. How do you make your experience here pay off?
Well, we started off well here now, so got to keep it up front and have a good race tonight in order to try to win this thing. You know, track position's key, and we started the night off right. Eichler and the guys at KBM did a great job for me, so we'll see if we can't keep it up there. You know, I feel like we've got a really good Tundra. Real proud of the guys. Got to thank Flexco, M&M's, and Toyota of Warsaw for helping us out. So if anybody needs a great Tundra, I tell you what, head over to Toyota of Warsaw, help us out.
Good luck tonight.
You got it, thanks.
Krista?
All right, yeah, this is a special place for Kyle Busch indeed. This is where he made his very first NASCAR Series start. It was in a truck. It was August of 2001. Rick Allen, Phil Parsons, and Michael Waltrip are standing by upstairs. They are psyched, ready to go for this race. And just because Kyle's in the field, guys, doesn't mean it's automatic. In 4 truck starts, he's never won here.
Yeah, it's also a special place for these two guys. They both have poles in the Nationwide Series that you won here. But let's talk a little bit about points. Our points right now, Todd Bodine has a 101 point lead over the field. Who is still in this competition for a championship?
Well, let's talk about Ron Hornaday. He's 6th right now, 261 points behind. Ray just talked about the short tracks have been Todd Bodine's Achilles heel his entire career here in the Camping World Truck Series. As a matter of fact, his average finish this year in the 2 short track races, 23rd. The difference between 1st and 23rd, about 100 points. He could eliminate that 100-point lead he has right now, and that brings everybody back in. Ron Hornaday, 261 behind, could leave here maybe 160 behind. So under no way, stretch your imagination, is the 33 of Ron Hornaday out of this, and he's 6th.
That's right, and 7th and 8th. I like those two cats, too. Austin Dillon, a rookie on a roll. Last 4 races, 4 top 10 finishes. He's certainly still competitive in this championship. And behind him, one of the strongest trucks here at ORP tonight, Matt Crafton. So those two could charge up, and we will have an 8-truck battle for this championship. It's that close.
Austin Dillon leading the Rookie of the Year point standings up to this point, and maybe looking for a championship in the Camping World Truck Series. Krista?
All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, good indeed. And I love the fact that Ray has sort of stoked Hornaday's fires by saying he will not win the championship, so we'll have to see what happens. You know, this track is certainly not an easy one. For one thing, the heat today has been absolutely unreal. For another thing, everything, the haulers located outside. That means crew members have to make trips back and forth outside. That's part of the routine here at ORP. What about drivers' routines? Do they have any pre-race week to week? We asked that question in this week's Bumper to Bumper.
Pre-race rituals. I know Hornaday does.
we got a lot of them. I just asked little Dennis Sadcock. He's got a duck from me once in a while. I try to find him before every race.
I watched him. He goes in there and the driver's meeting has to sit in a certain chair every week. So I try and throw him off. Me and my crew chief, me and Danny Stockman, we try and sit where he wants to sit. So it kind of throws him off, mess with him a little bit. But we know he's got a lot of twerks, I guess you can say, before the race he has to do.
Rituals, man, I've tried every ritual. When I was in the Cup Series, we were the shoulda, coulda, woulda guy. So we tried every kind of good luck charm, rituals. You know, Richard Childress always told me that green is bad. My very first race car was green, and I won like 12 out of 14 races with it. They don't like $50 bills, so I always try to carry 50 with me. You know, everything you're not supposed to do, I've found that works pretty good for me.
I try to have like the same thing to eat, you know, whether it be a coffee in the morning or a latte. I wouldn't say that's superstitious. I just like that. You know, it kind of starts my day off. I do it all the time at home. But no, I don't have like a special pair of socks or a special shirt that I wear under, no.
You know, I'm not a superstitious person, so I don't, you know, I just make sure I feed my belly before I go out and get something to drink, and I'm good to go.
Well, the lollipops, I guess that would be a little superstitious. I don't know. I think it's more habit than anything. You know, I've always had Tootsie Pops in the haulers, just about every hauler I've ever had. And I always used to just grab one going out to qualify and going out before the race, and it's just become one of those things that I just grab it and go.
No. As long as I have my Davey Allison shirt on under my fire suit, I'm good.
The only one I kind of follow, and a lot of people that know me in the garage, you know, the night before I race, I always like to go to Olive Garden.
Well, lucky for David Starr, there's actually an Olive Garden nearby. Here at O'Reilly Raceway Park, it's not so much fettuccine that drives the fans crazy. No, it's those corn dogs. So go ahead and grab yourself a corn dog and come back. We've got a lot more here from ORP just outside Indianapolis, here on Speed, still to come. The setup is presented by Polaris, the hardest working, smoothest riding off-road vehicles, now at your local dealer. What a great night for racing. It's finally starting to cool off, and these guys are getting ready to go. One of those is Austin Dillon. He's never raced a truck here, but did compete in last year's Nationwide Series event, finishing 18th. Welcome back to O'Reilly Raceway Park and the setup presented by Polaris. I'm Krista Voda. Austin Dillon is fighting for the Rookie of the Year title, but one guy who's doing everything he can to make sure that doesn't happen is Justin Lofton. Lofton came into this series this year already with a major trophy on his mantle. Now he's looking for another one. Get to know a little bit more about rookie Justin Lofton as we go beyond the stripe.
There's a lot of pressure on myself that I put from being the defending ARCA champion, winning, you know, I think 6 or 7 races, lots of poles, and just running good and going back down and going, you know, I'm not the top dog in the series anymore. I'm like one of the guys at the bottom, and I got to, you know, earn the respect again. I've got to work my way up. Always been a very competitive person. It was about the age of 9 and a half, 10 when I started racing BMX bikes. I wanted to race something, and from 9 to 13, it was bikes, and or 9 to 16, it was bikes, and from 16 on, it was race cars. I definitely feel like I have a target on me, especially after my season's gone. I've basically been ran into 4 separate times this year, and it's definitely been, you know, really made it feel like that, and you know, it's really been kind of depressing, but Dover was a really big accomplishment for me. It was a track, and when I showed up to the track, I was like, wow, we're gonna race on this. And just how the race unfolded and the truck being really good.
Justin Lofton having a great top 10 run here at Dover.
We know he has the talent, and he's showing it here today.
Just to run that good and kind of secure myself is, you know what, I can do this, and you know, we're going to go out there and make an impression sometime this year, you know, later on, and hopefully get a couple wins.